Hi, Gemini. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, my name is Steph. Earlier in the month, I made an ink blot in your name and essence, and we are going to flip it for perspective possibilities. Plus, we'll add on tarot and oracle. And as well, we have Ghost Tube here kick in for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. So please do receive or release freely. Gems, you know the drill. I'm going to open up. You're welcome to join me. Otherwise, you can fast forward through whatever feels good to you when you're ready. Taking a nice deep breath, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of Gemini. Gemini, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I'm having a few camera glitches, so don't mind me, and I apologize if anything goes awry. Such is life. Okay. Gems, here's your ink blot. Feel well to comment below what you see, sense, or feel, or keep to yourself alike. Completely welcomed. Okay, so a few things came through when I was trying to set up camera glitches. So I will recap you. I didn't get too far in. So I was seeing up here is like this fire spirit, this spirit of fire. It could be in a fairy or some sort of lizard, some sort of reptilian. I don't know if it's like a red iguana or a red. I don't know all the kinds of reptiles, but it feels red. Spirit of fire to spirit of fire fairies if you're working with the fairy realm. And then gems as well. In here, I saw a paper, like an old school package covered in craft paper with like a string. For some of you, that might be a memory that you have quite specifically, or its symbolism means something to you well beyond what I could even conceive of. And then what I was coming into when I was gazing into that is the song, Paperback Writer, Writer. So maybe some of you are writers or considering starting a new chapter, a new page, something along that lines. I also want to note that when I keep wandering into there, I'm seeing it like a gift, a package. Maybe you're awaiting a package and it has something in it that's going to allow you to start or spark this creation. I'm going to leave that there. Down here, I was seeing Calvin and Hobbes, and I don't know if you're familiar with Calvin and Hobbes in the comic, but there was a trend, I don't know if it's still trendy, I'm probably not the best person for that, where like those emblem stickers on the car, and he's usually peeing on something. And the point of when I was seeing that in a very comical way was, it's like seeing this canvas, this novel, this journal or grimoire, or just simply the book of your life, if I may, and very much so in that ancient Akashic kind of feel. And there's this blank page. And while there might be some sort of, I'm hearing stage fright specifically, but I understand artistically you might, the fear of putting, pen to paper or starting the blank canvas. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be necessarily traditionally artistic as one might, consider. I feel like for some, it's very symbolic, what you're going to put your personality on. For some, they're in that gift space. Like there's something drawing up from, it's almost like in history. Like you'll be able to take something more historical, and I keep seeing dress or clothing and modernizing it. But it's not even the point that you're modernizing it. The point is that you're putting your personality on it. You're putting your perspective all over it. There really might be somebody also that is like a dressmaker or something like that, or a tailor, something along that lines. I'm seeing an ancient, I'm going to use the word ancient because I don't know the time frame specifically, and I'm hearing the word tomahawk. So I don't know, because it's like this axe that is wrapped with a leather and cloth. I don't even know actually if a tomahawk, it's not the point. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna carry on here, gems. Actually, let's try this. New camera angle, split screen. Ooh, ooh. Not sure if it's good, bad, worse, or ugly, but I'm going to try and give it a shot here, see if I can do that. All right. Okay, so I'm down here. Ooh, I am... Okay. So I'm seeing old school stove burners, not like ceramic or a natural gas or anything like that, like the electric ones. And something is starting to light up, like you've put the stove on. I kind of want to come into that fire. There's something very old at work here. I don't know if you're working with an old spirit guide, an ancient awareness, because the Akashic keeps coming in as well. But I'm seeing I want to see it on white paper, but I'm seeing it as like white canvas. But when I feel like I'm looking at an Akashic book of sorts, I'm seeing it on brown paper. Like I'm seeing it on aged, could even be leather for some, if anyone's a leather worker or working with wood. It's in a different area. But they're connected with the spirit, like the higher self spirit, if I may. And they're like colored by your personality. And I don't know if this is something that I feel like I've been... Oh, sorry, I got cat hair all over me. I just realized. I don't know if this is something that I'm shying away from. Is my personality, or maybe I try and tone it down. And everyone knows their audience, but this definitely feels like I'm starting to really light up. Yeah, because you light up my life. That's how I'm hearing that. As soon as I said that, I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like that. There's a fossil in here of a ghost. Okay, somebody also might be... What is that? I think it's a carving. Again, carving. And see how there's like a face in here? I can see a little arm or a hand. It's kind of like... It's interesting. Fossils of fairies. I know that came up in the fire thing as well. But that's really how I'm feeling it. It's such a curious thing. I don't know if that's a thing, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. I'm going to start adding on some tarot and oracle. And as well, we have your oracle cards that we're going to take a look here as well. But gems, if you haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe. Your support truly warms my haunted heart. Truly, truly, truly. And I'm so grateful for new subscribers and the OGs as well. You guys are awesome. All right, gems. Let's keep going here. Like, these cards are just like trying to spill out of my hands. I'm also seeing Carrot Top. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that comedian. The warrior. Is this a part of the past? Obedience came in the reverse, and I'm going... Oh, okay. Gems. I will bring these up for you so you can take a look at them. I want to know this masculine and feminine balance. There could also be some sort of love, relationship, whatever the case may be, friendship. See the coloring down here, like that Calvin and Hobbes, very blue. And then in the feminine, the obedience, the coloring of the red. And I want to put it up here. And it's right, it's like the red... What is that? It was a Game of Thrones. There's the red woman, the red woman. It's like my fire and my water are on... Oh, okay. So when I was looking at these spirals, these golden spirals... Oh, it even says here too. It's funny that I could see it both ways. The golden spirals. And again, it's Game of Thrones that's coming through for sure. And you know how in the beginning of the show, there's, I don't know if it's blood or whatever that's going like through all the towns or things are being built. That's what I'm seeing. And it's like on one hand, it's like the house of, say, water, and then the house of fire. And then they meet and they create this new, but it's not new. It's just simple alchemy. But that process, because there's been a filtering going on. I haven't been obedient to anyone outside of me. Not to be misunderstood by being rebellious ridiculously. I've been following my true calling through all the spirals of life, through all the different circumstances that I've been through, all the different things that I have been introduced to, interacted with. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. Give me one moment. Sorry, my cat was at the door. So I wanted to just help him out. All right. And that's what it makes me feel like. I'm alchemizing something. Oh, see, even down in there. See this? It's like a furnace. See that furnace? Somebody might have also passed and were cremated. And then there's like this phoenix rising kind of vibe. Also, there could be some sort of love story that's been happening over lifetimes, I heard. Oh, hi, how you doing? Over lifetimes. There's a gentleman in spirit that is watching a feminine energy, male or female express, but a feminine energy here, incarnate, create. Okay, so now I'm seeing it in the very interesting way. I'm seeing a mage. And it's like
nobody understands.
He's a mage. And she is a sage. The feminine energy, excuse me, incarnate here. Thank you. I'm going to bring this up for you again. We were talking about that gift, that box, the book, the dictionary is suddenly coming through, the dictionary, whatever that is there. Let's go split screen again. I feel like it's a little bit fun, but I have to get used to it. It's from him. This, in one rabbit hole, this gift, this parcel, this package, this canvas, maybe it's something that you'll channel out. Maybe it's something that you just have a thought. I don't know what it is. It's not for me to figure it out. It's from this this masculine energy and spirit. He passed. I don't know how he passed because strangled. I don't even know if it's, okay, possibly he was strangled. But I don't know that it's from this lifetime. And he's like sending you this fire warrior vibe, his gift to, it's like you're working together in different realms of existence. I hope that makes sense. It's like because he has passed, or this masculine energy has passed on, maybe didn't incarnate, or the experience was just very different. You might not have even met in this lifetime, but like you feel a longing, something like that. Okay, so he can like send out this light energy, and it's coming in, and it's something specific towards you. And with all, it's like that's what unites us is the spirit of spirit. The spirit of spirit. I don't know how else to say that. Yeah, see, with the moon even being on the bottom. The spirit of spirit.
Don't go there.
I wanted to say, because I want to note as well, and I apologize if I'm all over the place, but sorry, not sorry, you know me. So the first two cards that came out were 48 and 2, and I noted 50. And when I was considering about talking about how many lifetimes ago or how long you've been together, maybe you were married in this lifetime, I wanted to say 50. And then the card 50 came out. So I'll leave that with you, whatever that may may feel for you. 50 lifetimes, 50 years we were together. We would have been together for 50 years, something along that lines. I'm seeing, I think it's a bull with, or it's a goat, because I'm seeing like the slit eyes and there's the ears, some horns, but then I'm seeing, like the bulls have the bull ring. And if I recall, the bull rings is to make it very easy to lead them. And your obedience
Come outside.
came in the reverse. This is brilliant, Geminis. It's almost as if it's like being a fine artist and then trying something abstract or working with nature and sticks. Somebody also might be making like fairy doors. A woodworker. I'm carving. I don't know if this is literal. Well, I'm sure it's literal for some and symbolic for others. What I'm carving out. And maybe with that like tomahawk thing, somebody, maybe axe throwing, or like you are like you have a forge, and that brings me back to the fire. Like the stove, a kiln, even. Do you see what I'm saying? And this doesn't feel so literal when I go down one rabbit hole, and it's so literal in the other rabbit hole. Sorry, Gems. I'm still getting over a little bit of a stuffy nose. Okay, and I'm seeing that carrot top. Did I mention that before? Okay, somebody also might be having lower back pain. Because I'm seeing somebody like do that. My back. There's if I'm not medical anything or other. The way I'm energetically seeing it is there's an emotion there. There's an emotion in my lower back, or even like sciatica, like something like that, or maybe it's something to be mindful of. But the emotion's there, but I feel like there's okay, now it feels like an older woman, spirit guide, fairy godmother kind of feel, and she's trying to help pull something out. So, but I don't know if it's like you've had it for so long, or it sparks up here and there. Something's being asked to notice what triggers it, and something about not only stretching but strengthening the area. There's a conversation happening here. I feel like I'm not listening to it. Feels like it's like a on the other side of the fossil, but I'm seeing like the negative space and the positive space there. Something from when I was smaller. Something from when I was smaller. I don't know if somebody's like, it's, you know what it makes me feel like, if I'm being very honest, like the Peter Pan in me. The Peter Pan, that youth. Like, you got to grow up, or you got to do this, or you can't do that for a living. I don't know what the case is. What do you want to be when you grow up? And when I dive into that, if I'm this small person, here's, let's just say, the adult, and then there's an even smaller one. So it's like, okay, so interesting. So when I tune into the even smaller one, I think it's Pinocchio with the conscience. Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it. Okay, I'm going to pull up your oracle cards here. Let's take a look. Falling Eagle Dynamism. I will bring these up to the better camera. Oh my goodness. Confidence,
Thursday.
Eridanus. And then Lyra Music. Oh my goodness. Okay, I will bring these up for you. I feel like I'm all over the place with cameras, but I don't know. I'm waiting for one to come so I can replace it. There we go. If you want to take all that artistry in, because I want to note there's like the fire, this water. Give me a moment here. I got to take this in. There's a serenade, a serenade from spirit. There is a serenade from this masculine energy and spirit, and there's a feminine energy here. There's that fire. Eridanus. I'm not sure how to say that constellation correctly, but please feel well to comment below or correct me. The point is this confidence. I have confidence and confidence alone. And see how even in this card, these two beings of this tribe, you make it out. There's also chariot vibes in there, wherever you might be going in the spirals of your creation. There is a cross.
Close it.
Right here. It's like, if you're on a phone, I might be able to zoom in. I don't know if you burned away something in a ceremony or a cremation, or this is something in regards to a past life, and it might be something with fire. Something about subduing a fire. Your spark of life. This cycle, if that's your scry story, and if it's not your scry story, thank you for holding space for others to receive it. If you've been born into something, a life that there's an apparent cycle where maybe you feel subdued or vice versa, there's just been fire and chaos, whatever the case is, I keep hearing that you are brought into to choose to release the chain of command of that cycle. That's a noble sacrifice. And you're not doing it alone, because you have this masculine warrior energy with you in spirit. The bright star, the fallen eagle of Vega, dynamism. You're here to create that spark that this ancient fire is giving you, this package. I don't know how, I feel like I'm all very like, we shall rise and create what the gods wanted. And I don't mean to make a mockery out of it at all. It feels like something has been recognized, and I haven't necessarily figured it out all the way. The fairy realm and the fire realm feel very promising.
Cursed.
You can stay in that mindset. You can acknowledge it. But is that what you want to further create? Is the excuse. Because I feel like you're here to break it. And not break it on anyone else's behalf other than your own. So interesting the way I just saw that. You know how in the metaphor or analogy they say, like, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Okay, so let's take that with a grain of salt right now. But the way I saw it was that weak link in stretching out breaks the chain of this cycle, curse, creation that I've walked into, that perhaps I've been a part of cyclically over lifetimes. And when I look at the lyra music, it's like, something's been reached and realized. It doesn't mean it's in the logical mind. So then I want to come back to that thing I said, or that saying people say, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And I'm sure in some cases that's exactly a truth. But here, the way I'm seeing it is the power of that weak link, the strength to stretch and release, breaks the chains. And again, like Game of Thrones stuff is going on. So I want you to, I hope I didn't butcher that, because it's a very positive and powerful thing that I was seeing. It's, it's kind of like changing the perspective of it. Because when that weak link breaks the chains. Oh, then I get the gift of a new wielding, forging that fire. And I wield. Okay, so what is it even in Game of Thrones? I love it when they use things that I can understand, like TV. Is it Valerian steel? The alchemy of that, a higher grade. Gems. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. I love you guys. You guys are great. You guys are like the diamond. You are the diamond. If there's anything else, let's take a moment. If there's anything else that stands out as we're getting ready to close, I'm just going to grab you an angel number here. Okay, so funny one. If you're not having any back pain, I'm seeing somebody like lean back laughing. Like, ha 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 ha. Like just laughing. Maybe you're laughter's medicine, or you're watching a lot of comedy shows or comedians, things that make you laugh. Not things that are... No, I don't know how to say that nicely, so I'm not going to say that at all. Okay. 23. I am adventurous. You have a zest for life, and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure. Life is but a dream, sweetheart, to be lived to the fullest. I think for some gems, you might not have actually felt this way for some time. Possibly 23 years, 23 days, the last 23 days. This could also be for those in feminine cycles, like coming up to your cycle time. And I know 21, 28 days, but it's almost as in this, like you know your cycle where the energy changes, and maybe you move from water and all the feeling into fire, and you know it's coming, and you know there's going to be a shift hormonally, organically, whatever the case is. There's information and magic there. Change and excitement. You are the change maker. And by perhaps whatever it is that you might perceive as the weakest link, the black sheep, whatever it is, once you release that and forge your own, you have the blessed day, and like a whole new adventure starts. And you have at least 2 spirit guides watching this happen with you. They can't do it, but they are with you. Gems, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights, and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. And until next time, thanks for scrying with me. Bye. Incredible. I am digging that. I am digging the Gemini readings, feelings.